The Scottish Highlands are more than just dramatic mountains rising against the sky, or the iconic landscapes that have inspired countless legends and songs. They are a tapestry of deep lochs, rolling hills, and ancient forests. A land woven with hidden stories waiting to be uncovered by those willing to look beyond the surface. Beyond the famous castles and bustling cities lies a quieter, more mysterious Scotland, where lost villages and forgotten settlements whisper of lives once lived and dreams long faded. These aren't just ruins scattered across the hills. They're the silent footprints of history, echoing with the memories of ordinary people, farmers, shepherds, and families who called these wild places home. Imagine stumbling upon the mossy outline of a cottage, the stones still warm with the stories of those who once gathered around a peat fire, their laughter and Gaelic songs carried on the wind. These places remind us that history is shaped not only by kings and battles, but by the everyday lives, hopes, and struggles of people whose names may be lost, but whose presence lingers in the land. To explore these forgotten corners is to step into another world where time seems to slow and the air is thick with memory and possibility. The ruins invite us to pause, to listen closely, and to wonder about the generations who carved out a life in these wild, beautiful landscapes, enduring hardship, celebrating joy, and leaving their mark on the earth. So let's journey off the beaten path, away from the crowds and into the heart of the hidden highlands, to discover why these once thriving communities vanished and what stories remain etched in stone and soil. Our adventure begins with a single step into the wild, where every path leads to a new mystery and every ruin holds a secret waiting to be revealed. To understand these silent ruins, we must revisit the Highland clearances, a time of upheaval and loss. For centuries, Highlanders lived in close-knit communities, farming crofts and speaking Gaelic. But in the 18th and 19th centuries, landowners saw more profit in sheep than tenants. Families were evicted, homes burned, and centuries-old ties to the land were severed. The clearances weren't just economic, they were meant to break the power of the clans and erase their culture. Many fled to cities or emigrated overseas, carrying only memories. Famine and the lure of industrial jobs emptied the glens further. The villages faded, fires went out, and nature slowly reclaimed the land. What remains are ghost villages, silent witnesses to a vanished way of life. Their stones tell stories of resilience, loss, and the enduring spirit of the Highlands. Badby, perched on a windswept Caithness cliff, is a powerful symbol of the clearance's cruelty. Cleared families were forced onto this narrow, dangerous ledge, where children and livestock had to be tethered against the gales. Yet the villagers built homes from stone and turf, grew crops in tiny plots, and fished the wild sea. Life was a daily struggle, but their spirit endured. Today, a simple cairn stands in tribute, its name's a testament to their resilience. Walking among the ruins, you feel the wind and hear the seas lament, a reminder of hardship and hope. Badby's story is one of strength in the face of impossible odds. Eventually, even this place was abandoned, but its memory clings to the cliffs. It's a haunting, unforgettable chapter in Highland history. Not all lost villages are just history, some are wrapped in legend. In the wild Fisherfield forest lies Ancastiel, its ruins haunted by the tale of a ghostly piper. The story tells of a young piper who vanished in a fairy cave, his music fading into a scream. On moonlit nights, some say you can still hear his sorrowful tune drifting through the glen. These legends add mystery to the landscape, reminding us that these places were once alive with music and myth. The silence here is deep, inviting you to listen for echoes of the past. To understand these villages, you must see the landscape they belong to. The Highlands are a masterpiece, glens carved by glaciers, mountains shrouded in mist and weather that changes in a heartbeat. The ruins blend into this wild canvas, their stones weathered and moss-covered, slowly reclaimed by nature. Wildflowers bloom where doorways once stood, and silence settles like a blanket. Here, every detail, the cry of a buzzard, the scent of peat, the rush of a burn, connects you to the past. Walking these landscapes is a sensory journey, humbling and profound. The villagers lived in tune with this world, their joys and struggles shaped by its beauty and harshness. To walk here is to feel their story in every step. The land itself remembers. In a quiet glen near Loch Ness lies Achnaconaran, a village now reduced to crumbling stone outlines. Once a thriving township, its empty buildings and clear layout evoke a ghost town frozen in time. You can trace the main track, see the crofts and imagine daily life, smoke rising, Gaelic voices, children at play. The old burial ground, with its weathered stones, is a poignant reminder of lives lived and lost here. This place is more than history, it's a site of memory and connection. The walk to Achnaconaran is part of its magic, revealing the ruins slowly as you approach. Here, the story of the clearances is written in stone, not books. It's a place to reflect, to remember, and to honor a vanished community. The silence is both haunting and deeply moving. Discovering lost villages is an adventure, one that rewards curiosity, patience, and a deep respect for the land and its history. These hidden places are not just dots on a map, but echoes of lives once lived, waiting to be uncovered by those willing to look beyond the obvious. You won't find them on glossy tourist brochures or signposted trails. Instead, you'll need a detailed Ordnance Survey map. These are your best companions for navigating the intricate folds of the Highlands. Pair your map with a bit of research. Old books, local archives, and even online forums can reveal clues about forgotten settlements and their locations. Most of these villages are only accessible by foot, often requiring a trek through remote glens, dense forests, or along dramatic windswept coastlines. The journey can be challenging, but it's part of what makes the discovery so rewarding. As you walk these ancient paths, you're retracing the footsteps of those who once called these places home. The landscape itself tells a story. Listen for the wind in the heather, the distant call of birds, and the silence that lingers where communities once thrived. Preparation is key. Bring sturdy boots for uneven ground, waterproofs for sudden Highland weather, and a sense of reverence for the fragile remains you'll encounter. These are not just piles of stone, but delicate links to the past. Always follow the leave no trace principle. Take only photographs and memories and leave nothing but footprints. If you find litter, consider picking it up. Help preserve these sites for future explorers. If you're unsure about venturing out alone, local guides can offer invaluable insight. Many lead historical walks, sharing stories and legends that bring these lost villages to life, adding depth to your journey. Whether you choose to explore solo or with a group, searching for a lost village is more than a hike. It's a pilgrimage. It's a quest to connect with a hidden past, to stand where others once stood and to feel the weight of history beneath your feet. Standing among the ruins, you'll feel a profound sense of wonder and achievement. The silence, the views, and the knowledge that you've uncovered a piece of Scotland's forgotten story make every step worthwhile. These hidden places are waiting for those willing to seek them out, offering not just a glimpse into the past, but an unforgettable adventure for the present. Standing in a deserted Highland village, you feel more than history. You feel a deep emotional connection. The silence amplifies your imagination. A family by the hearth, laughter in the air, storms outside. There's sadness for the loss, but also awe at the resilience of those who lived here. The wild landscape reminds you that people not only survived, but built rich communities. These moments of reflection are the true treasures of travel, rare, peaceful, and profound. You're reminded of the long sweep of history and your own small place within it. This connection is universal, a story of home, loss, and memory that touches us all. Walking among the ruins, you become a witness, helping keep their stories alive. It's a quiet, moving exchange between past and present. Exploring Scotland's lost villages is an act of remembrance, a promise to honor those erased from the map. Each crumbling wall and overgrown path is a silent witness to lives once lived, to laughter and hardship, to dreams and heartbreak. When we set foot in these forgotten places, we're not just tourists. We become part of a living memory, carrying forward the legacy of those who came before us. By walking these glens and sharing their stories, we ensure they're not forgotten. Every step we take is a tribute, every story we tell a thread in the tapestry of Scotland's past. The act of exploring is itself a form of respect, a way to keep the spirit of these villages alive for future generations. These stones are storybooks, and we are their readers and custodians. Each moss-covered rock, each weathered doorway holds a chapter of history waiting to be discovered. It's up to us to listen, to imagine the voices that once echoed here and to pass those tales along. I hope these tales inspire you to seek out these places, to feel the wind at Badby or the peace of Castile. There's a unique magic in standing where others once stood, in letting the landscape speak to you through the hush of the glen or the cry of a distant bird. This is travel that connects you to the heart of the Highlands and to something timeless. It's more than just scenery, it's a journey into the soul of a place, a way to touch the past and feel its presence in the present moment. The journey is as much about self-discovery as it is about history. As you wander these quiet paths, you may find yourself reflecting on your own story, your own place in the world, and the connections that bind us all across time and distance. Let's keep these stories alive. Let's listen to what the quiet places have to tell us. In the stillness, you might hear the echoes of old songs, the whispers of families, the resilience of a people who shaped this land. The Highlands are full of secrets, and the greatest adventures are found in their silence. There's wonder in the unknown, in the hidden trails and the stories that linger just out of sight, waiting for someone to listen. Thank you for joining me on this journey through time. I hope you carry these memories with you and perhaps one day add your own chapter to the story of the Highlands. The ghosts of the Highlands are waiting, and their stories deserve to be heard. Let's honor them by remembering, by exploring, and by sharing what we find with the world.